Hello, welcome to the fan cams. After the Blues finally get their first win of 2025 and beat the Eagles by 71 points, 17 goals, 19, 121 to 6 goals, 14, 50. Oh, man, I can't tell you how relieved I am that this is not a meltdown of a session. Like, yeah, I know, it doesn't mean much, doesn't fix the hole that they're in. I understand, I get it. But the thought of this being a meltdown session, one more, was just too much to handle, I think. So anyway, this is the fan cams. If you'd like to jump on and share your thoughts about the game, about the performance, hit the link. It's in the chat. If you don't want to get excited, don't get excited. You don't really have to be here, to be fair. But if people want to smile, then you're going to smile. If you don't want to smile, you don't have to smile. No one's forcing anyone to do anything. Anyway, let's begin. Mason.
Yeah. It's nice to hear the song at the end. Oh, baby.
Oh man, I had like as I'm like, I mean, not gonna lie, it was a bit of a frustrating watch, even though they won by 71 in the end. But as the siren went and the song like is playing, I'm like, I don't know, like feeling something, like just a little something.
Isn't it just a sigh of relief? Just thank fuck we don't have to wake up on Monday and hear about it on the radio, on TV, on Instagram, Twitter. Just we have a break, and that's a good win for the boys. Honestly, that's a spirit booster, and that's all that is. That's all that is. That's all you can take from that game. Good spirit booster. Let's get into next week. You know, we have some highlights and some little lows in the game. I still think we're rushing some calls, some balls, and some long handballs, and just. But look, a win is a win. Your boy Durden, wow, what a game!
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a monkey off the back for a couple of them. I reckon McGovern came out the other end, found some form. I think Walshy, I think Durds, not that Durds was out of form, he just wasn't available. But he also he's never kicked 4 goals in a game.
Yes.
So, yeah. I mean, I do wonder, imagine we were a team with confidence that would have been it was a blowout. But, 17 goals, 19. What's that? 36 scoring shots. So, and this is a Carlton team that was out of form and out of confidence. So, yeah, look, it's just hopefully the start of something more than anything.
It just could, ignite that little flame to get us going for the next couple weeks. Because after North, God, we need it.
Yeah.
We've got Geelong and Adelaide and Saints. Like, they're going to be some tests, but yeah, some good highlights. I want to give a shout out to Cottrell.
Yes.
Had his eyes open today, mate. He was selfless today. He looked for every opportunity possible before taking shots. Incredible game from Cottrell. He looked fucking sharp, mate. Well done. Sad to see Harry go down the way he did.
Yeah, man.
Unfortunate.
Harry, and then, what else?
Kempy.
It was
Kempy's ACL.
They said ACL.
He was on crutches. I heard ACL on the broadcast. I haven't checked. But I hope it's not. I hope it's not.
I thought it was Achilles.
Achilles? Oh.
Nah, I thought it was Achilles. Anyway, we'll find out.
We'll find out. But geez, that's tough. Had some, little losses to injuries today, but a few losses. But yeah, okay. No, we'll take it. We take the 4 points and we move. Get composed. It's a good little energy booster for the boys, and hopefully they continue it because they looked okay today. So
yeah. See you next Friday, mate.
See you next Friday. Have a good one, Tez.
Go Blues.
Go Blues.
All right. Simon.
How are you, Chief?
I'm good, mate.
We're back. Good, mate. We're back. That's it. Let's just go straight. We're back. No. I think I was looking at some individuals and just probably happy for them today. I mean, seeing Matt Carroll, seeing White, seeing these guys actually have an influence on the game. But I have to be honest, the game was a very outside game of footy. But I think we needed that. We needed that, just that open game, just scoreboard flowing, and just to get the confidence. Confidence is everything, as we know in sport. So I'm hoping the boys, and obviously we saw a little bit of difference. I loved Sardi being a ball up the ground, McGovern as well. Look, I know that they were doing their defensive stuff, but they were just more in attacking areas. We just looked like we wanted to score, and we've seen it last week in the first half. But when we go in our shells, as you can see, we don't look good when we go in our shells. But when we actually take it on, look, they got us out the back a few times. That's obviously a little bit of an area of concern. But at the same time, if we're creating opportunities ourselves and we take them, like that game could have been 100 plus if we'd taken our chances early. We were on top most of that game. Even that first quarter should have been way more what the margin was. But it's just good to see a little bit of difference. Even Cripper, just see Cripper forward 50 open, just kick it to the man. Just something different, We look dangerous when we're not predictable, and we seem to lower our eyes better. What did you think of the forward line?
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know how many inside 50s Cottrell had, but I'm going to try and look it up. I reckon he might have had conservatively like 6 or 7. So I mean, just looking for little things like that, the ball movement, the composure. The game was intense for a patch, and then I think the combination of the heat and the quality of both teams started to take over, and it did become a little bit more of an open game. But having said that, the biggest thing about Carlton over the last month, or even longer than that, has been the way in which they use the ball going inside 50. So, I mean, there were positive signs. Don't want to get too carried away, but I mean, sometimes you just got to see them do it so they can see themselves do it, so they can hopefully replicate it. But I didn't think it was so Matt Cottrell 10 inside 50s, which is unreal. Unreal.
Yeah.
Does also say something a little bit about the way the Eagles defend, but clean full use going inside 50, I think, was a tick today. So it's just
even at the That's what I say. So even in front of the stoppage, like DeConning, like he normally would get it and just bang it. He actually lowered the eyes and looked for a target a couple of times coming out. I'm like, that's what we need. Just you guys, we win a lot of stoppage at the front there, and we always look dangerous. Even Walshy, but we like I said, if we lower our eyes inside 50, even if we don't mark it, at least it looks dangerous and it gives our crummers a chance. And a massive shout out to Corey Durden. I was wrapped for him because I know he laid 100 tackles last week, and it wasn't no scoreboard, and he's come into the side. There was a little bit of pressure on his other attributes of his game. But he's probably one guy I'll say that was like that goal he got at the top of the square, just front and centre. Oh, just to see that. We're craving that. So it was good to see some crumbing ability there, and I was just right for him because he's obviously been in and out with injury, etc.
Yeah, no, good call. 4 goals, 1. He was good today. Yeah, good goal on the pocket as well.
Yeah, you're right. But next week, sad about the injuries, but I do think it's opening up other levers to our game. We looked great down back. Thought we were composed today for the first time. Haynes was great because if he can just be solid, it allows McGovern to go and do his thing and things like that. It's like a chain reaction with us. And I felt like, obviously, the opponent's not great, but I just felt like those guys looked really comfortable down there, and maybe the synergy's starting to happen. But even last week, I don't think they did all that much wrong. It's just how we control the game altogether. If it doesn't come in there, a million miles an hour all the time, I actually back us. And Jack Silvani is having a great time down there. So, no, there's parts of our game that actually is really stable. But, we've got some tough opposition, obviously, after North Melbourne as well. So if we can just get going and snag maybe 2 out of the next 3, then things don't look as bad as what they seem. But like I said, one step at a time. We'll just take this one. And it was great not being on a Thursday night as well, I'll be honest with you. I enjoyed being Saturday afternoon, no one talking about us, just us watching us. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it was
Well
good.
said.
But we're on, Terry. Go
Thanks,
the
Simon.
baggers. Take care, mate.
See you, mate. Reese.
Tez, thanks for having me.
Mate, thanks for being here.
Good to just breathe and have a nice breath after a game for once.
I literally just texted that to someone. Like, it's good to just take one single deep breath. Just one.
Yeah.
That's all.
We're good. We're good. And can just revel in some positivity for once. I think you set it up before the Dogs game. This club just needs a win. And it took a little bit longer, but we got there. Look, it wasn't the greatest opposition, we'll have to admit. But now structurally, we looked a lot better. And it looks like we tried a few different things. Call me crazy, but with the injuries to Harry and Kempy, Cripper is the second tall next week, and let George, Ches, and Cooper Lord do their thing. I don't know. Maybe it might be something worth trying. I don't know. But it looked pretty good in the second half. Cripper was dynamic up forward when he was there. As you said, Cots was incredible. Those little short lead-up kicks inside 50 were the big difference, which I thought was something we've been missing for a long time. Defended well. Couldn't really find a bad player out there today, which was great. It was great to see Will White get his first goal because he has a go and he has that speed which we've been dying for. So, yeah.
It's got a little bit about him, doesn't he? Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, it was a much needed watch, that's for sure. Not going to lie, start of the second half, I think Liam Ryan kicks a goal and then I think he bursts out running in and he misses that second one. Just before he kicked that, I thought, you have got to be kidding me. They're about to do it again. But it wasn't to be. It's good.
No. Yeah. Onward and upward. North, they had a tough one in the heat as well. So I think we'll come in at pretty level pegging next week. But just got to take it again. The old cliche, one game at a time. Really tough run after North, but don't take North lightly. So we'll see how we go. But let's just enjoy this for the next few days, I reckon.
Mate, I think you're right. Before I let you go, if you had to make the team selection right now, I mean, Kemp, that doesn't look like he's going to play next week, and Harry's not going to play.
Yeah. So, that was a torn Achilles, I reckon, they were saying, so that's not great. Or could be at least an Achilles. Look, I think Lewis Young probably just has to come in just to be another tall presence because Harry Lemming, no. I think probably Lewis Young in for Harry. And then look at Marvel in better conditions. Maybe Ashton could have another go. I know he didn't look anywhere near it last week, but maybe if you've got some kind of X factor up there, otherwise maybe just Charlie and Lewis up there, and then maybe go a bit smaller. Yeah, see how we go though.
All right, mate. Well, you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go Blues.
Cheers, Tez. Go Blues.
Zack.
Tez. Finally.
Finally, indeed, my friend.
What a win. It was just finally just get a win.
Zack, you're cutting out, mate. What's going on?
They looked good in that second half. I think for the whole game they looked good. Just can you hear me?
Yeah, go again. You just cut out. Yeah, you're gonna have to go again. You're gonna have to sort it out, mate. I'll get you back in. Luke.
How you going, mate? Fuck, what a game, bro. I was so happy with the performance and just what we did out there. A bit sluggish at the start, but I feel like it was just good. The set shots were a bit of a pain, but we got through it, bro.
They finally pushed through. It was a bit sluggish.
Yeah. I felt like in the first 5 minutes was a bit sluggish from us, but we got settled. I feel like really quickly.
Were you confident going in?
Nah, a little bit. I just feel like I felt I was nervous because, of course, we're 0-4, bro. Like, it was a nerve-wracking thing. And when they kicked that first goal, I was a bit nervous.
Yeah. What does the win do for your thoughts about the team? Do you think they can go on some sort of a run here, or do you think it's just a one-off?
I think with some injuries going in, like Kemp, that didn't look the best. I just feel like we gotta. I feel like we could. Who are we versing next week? North. Aren't we versing
North
North next
Melbourne,
week?
Friday.
They got smashed by the Suns, so I feel like we could have a good chance there if we just get our second halves under control. I feel like we had a good second half this year, and Cripper looked alright up forward, so it was good though.
Yeah. You going to be there on Friday?
Nah, I can't get there. Unlucky.
Fair enough. Well, mate, thanks so much for calling in.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Go to the pool.
Haha, he's done it. Well done. At least he didn't get his dick out. That's the main thing. Shannon,
Hello.
how's it going, mate?
Oh, I can breathe.
Just
I
one
was
breath.
nervous.
Only
I was
one
so
breath.
nervous when Liam Ryan kicked that goal. I was with you. I'm like, oh no, not again. My dad messaged me after that and he's like, here we go again. I'm like, Dad, it's one goal. Calm down.
Yeah. No, I was the same. That was
But no,
butt clenching type
very,
stuff.
very happy with our ball movement. Oh, fuck, that was so funny. Got the little man with me today. No, I was very happy with our ball movement and we actually lowered our eyes, which was a first. I don't think we've done that at all heading into forward 50 this year. So I'm very happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take whatever I can get.
What did you make of some of these youngsters today? I mean, Matt Carroll made his debut.
Oh, I think we found a player in him. He was very composed from the get-go, I think. Very composed. And I think Nick Haynes had a good game as well. And introduction to Cooper Lord, I think he's going to get a lot better. It's a shame about Harry, but he came in and he had an immediate impact and he even kicked his first goal. So, and I love the live wire that is Will White. I was willing that goal to go through. That poor kid's must have been so nervous for him, but no. I'll judge this win based off what happens next Friday.
That's fair. That's
Because
fair.
West Coast are pretty poor. West Coast are pretty
Hey,
poor.
did you? I saw someone write. I mean, I haven't looked at it properly. I saw somebody write that they saw Cooper Lord in a moon boot. Is that true? Did anyone else see that?
I didn't see that at all. They pretty much cut the KO or Fox, whatever. They pretty much cut straight to the Bulldogs Lions game, so I didn't see anything.
Okay, I've got to look into that.
Oh dear. Okay, God. Hopefully it's not another injury. But no, the commentators were saying Kempy Achilles.
Oh, okay. Kemp was wearing Lord's shirt, and he would have had the moon boot on. Okay.
I can breathe.
Sorry.
Thank you, Rocky.
I just wanted to make sure. I just needed to make sure.
Good Lord. No pun intended.
Okay. Understood. I just needed to,
But yes.
we can breathe again.
Okay. Two breaths in one chat, Tez. Come on.
We are so fragile. It's wild.
We are. It's so scary. Oh my God.
Anyway, what's planned for the rest of the evening?
Nothing. I think I'll watch the rest of the games tonight.
Yep.
And actually enjoy watching the replay during the week while I'm doing stuff around the house. I can have it on in the background because I haven't been able to watch a replay yet this year. So, and I'll have both kids with me next Friday at Good Friday because it's a nice time slot for the two of them, isn't it, little man?
Beautiful time slot. Well,
yes.
I hope to see you there.
I'll be there. Bell's on. And I'm sure we'll chat during the week anyway.
No doubt about it. You have a great Saturday afternoon, Shan.
I will, Tez. You too.
See ya.
See ya.
Nona? No? Nona? Hello?
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Great. It's my first time joining you, so
great to have
Blues
you here. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Blues got to win. Maybe you're the good omen.
I don't know. It's the first game I haven't been to this year and they had a win, so maybe I won't go next Friday.
Yeah, just got to play the team role.
Yeah, I know, right? I just think it was great to see the boys play 4 quarters. That was the best part about the game, was just seeing them play a full 4 quarters. They didn't let up the boot even in the last 5 minutes, so that was great to see. And then I loved Will White. I thought he was great. I loved the support he was showing Cripper. I think he had 5 or 6 score involvements. So, I think that was good to see young players get up and give support and get it back. Yep.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of unselfish play across the 4
Yeah.
quarters. Quite a few guys
Yeah, it
handballing over
was.
the top instead of taking their own, taking the kick themselves, trying to get their teammates involved. And I think those are the signs that we were all looking for.
They had a few moments that remind me of that game against Geelong last year, where there weren't any star players. They just played like a team the whole game. And so it was good to see moments of that, I think. And yeah, just great. My brother's a diehard and he just hasn't been able to watch them this year. So it'd be nice to actually talk to him after the day and for it to be a bit positive.
What's the plan between now and Friday?
I don't know if that's me.
You there? Have I got you? Hello? Are you with me, Nona? You're frozen. You there?
Am I frozen?
I think I can hear you, or I think I might have you back. Hello?
I think I might have. Anyway, go Blues.
Go Blues. See ya. Zack, I think I saw you. See if you're back,
Hey,
mate.
Des,
You there?
you got me?
I've got you, mate. Talk to me.
All right.
Mate, your internet's no good.
Yeah, so great win.
What is happening?
Can you hear me? Or
Yeah, go again?
am I back? Or
Nah, no good. Tyler,
Terry, finally. Just
spoke to you before the game. I said, I'll see you after the game. Hopefully talking about a win. And here we are.
Here we are, Terry. Here we are. It finally happened. How about that? Just put your head down and lower the eyes. Funny how things like that actually happen. It was great. What a very good win. There were moments that weren't pretty. Out of the transition wasn't great. Transition defense, I mean, wasn't great. But otherwise, everything else, very very happy with the boys. I said, "Well, I wanted Walshy to get up." He definitely did. He had a cracker. Sardi was phenomenal. Cripper also had a good game. I was really wrapped for Carroll and Whitey. They were great. I was really thoroughly impressed with them. But I think actually, to be honest, there was one player I was even probably a little bit more impressed with, was McGovern. I don't know. I just had to say it. Some of the inside kicks to the corridor out of the back half were really good. Like, he was lowering his eyes and he was really pinpointing those kicks. I think as well, that was as it was said before, that was a team effort, 100%. That was all team. That was just good football.
Good selfless football.
We finally cracked the code, Terry.
Well, I think it started cracking a bit in that second half.
Yeah.
You could tell that there was an intent in the first 10 minutes of that third quarter from both sides to lift the intensity. And I think we were pretty locked in to make sure that didn't let the Eagles back in the game. I mean, the conditions were tough, so that intensity was never going to be able to, they were even saying it on the broadcast, you're not going to be keeping anything close to 200 pressure rating for 4 quarters in that kind of
no
heat.
way.
So, look, given it was a pretty open game, it was pleasing to only concede 50 points. They were inaccurate. We were inaccurate.
Yeah.
I feel like Carlton on a confident day kick 6 or 7 more of those goals.
Yeah, and I was about to say that because I was watching it. I was watching it with Pom, and but I could just see it on the TV. Yeah, like Walshy's first. I think it was Walshy's first goal. He looked to hand it off straight away. Like he wanted it. He didn't want it, and then all of a sudden he had to go back and kick it, and then all of a sudden, lo and behold, he kicked it. And there was a couple. There was a couple of goals that were kicked that they wanted their palm off, and I think that was just a confidence thing. As the game progressed, the confidence started building, and then that's when they went for it, and that's what you want to see. I think it was. We're right. It's definitely a confidence thing with some of these players, some of the players, but otherwise, really wrapped for him. Really wraps. Now it'll be very. I want to see. I want to see the same performance. I don't want to. I doubt we'll get a 70-point thrashing of North Melbourne, but who doesn't mind a thrashing? But then again, I want to see the same performance next week. Consistency. Let's build a bit of consistency. But otherwise, tick. Big
Well,
tick.
looks like your little bundle of joy, Kira, was the good omen today. So
Yeah, she was. She was. Yeah, she was. I held her through a couple of times through the game, but nah, she was quiet, but it was good. It was really good. Yeah.
Love
All
it.
right.
Well, mate, you have a great day.
Will do, and go Blues.
Go Blues. Connor.
Hello, Terry.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah.
Good to see you got a smile on your face this time.
Yes, I had. I was quite surprised with the results.
Quite surprised?
I was so surprised at the Rowan.
Yeah, well, it was good to it's good to see some people smiling for once in a while, you know?
Yes, it's good to know, yes, and I'm hoping to get some good results for next week, hopefully, even for a good Friday. Matt.
Yeah, what do we got? 6-day break, and then we're straight back into it, mate.
Yeah, straight back into it, so we're looking forward to it. It'll be quite surprising, and just hoping it will be successful.
Yeah, mate. Well, who was your best on ground today?
Ooh, mate, I heard that two from the last week, I think probably Crits and Charlie. Crits and Charlie kicked some good goals.
They did. Cripper went forward, kicked 3. 3 goals, 3.
Yes, was quite surprising that happened, and then I heard saw that Charlie kicked I think he kicked 3-4 goals.
Kicked 2. 2 goals, 4.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I just saw that was me 2 goals today. Yes, I'm just hoping we get some good results for next week for a good Friday match. Then
Yes, indeed, mate. Well, good luck later on. Hopefully, I might be giving you a call later on and giving you a signed Chris Judd memorabilia piece, mate. So enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye.
All right. Thanks, Connor.
Right, bye.
Bye. All right. Zack, third time
Des,
lucky.
do you have me now?
I've got you now, mate.
All right.
He's going to cut out.
So, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go.
Am I good?
Yep.
So I'm so sorry. The internet's been playing up today.
That's okay.
Yeah. So I want to start with who was your three best on ground players today?
I mean, I thought Walsh, Hewitt, and Durden. They're my 3.
100%. Yeah, your man Durds. I think him coming into the team was really made a difference and helped out all the other guys around him. And I think, Harry Mackay going down was really unfortunate. But I reckon Lewis Young coming in next week can give another all in the forward line, and that can free up Charlie down the ground. And it helps us lower the eyes a bit more, which I reckon we play better. Like our football looks much better when we do that. So I think Lewis Young will come in next week if he has another tall presence. But it'll be interesting. I loved finding that we could play 2 halves. I think it all, it was all flowing today. Everyone was playing their part. The defense was really, really good. I think Nick Haynes was really solid in defense. I think the whole defense was solid today. I think, everyone played their part. Everyone played their role, which was really good. And it was good to get the win. So 6-day break. We play on Good Friday against North. It'll be interesting.
You're going to head down to the game?
Yeah, I am. I'm going with my mum, so it'll be good. What are your changes for the next week?
Well, I'd like to see Elijah come into the team, personally.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm curious. I mean, Lewis Young, you could bring Lewis in, sure. I'm curious to see if we would play Pito in the game next week and have Tom rest as second forward next to Charlie, and then also obviously Ruck. Sherry's a big body. Sherry's a big boy. So,
100%.
I mean, I don't know, but I definitely want to see Elijah.
I reckon Elijah Hollands comes in for probably Kemp, and it'll be interesting. I reckon if Pito has a good week and if he's if he trains well, I reckon he should come in because Dakota can go forward and Pitnet could start just starting the ruck, and it'll be interesting. But hopefully he has a good week. He trains well. It'll be interesting what the team changes are. But I reckon there will be a few obvious changes like Kemp and Mackay. But if Young comes in or Pitnet, it'll be interesting. So go Blues, Terry. I'll speak to you next week, and might see you at the game.
All right, mate. Take care.
Go Blues. See you, Tez.
See ya. Go Blues. Go Blues. Mo, the players look so relaxed in the last 10 minutes. Hopefully they were able to mince some or a majority of the pressure. Wishing everyone a wonderful weekend. Time for bed for me. Go Blues. Thanks very much, Mo. Bussy boy, seriously hope Kemp is okay. Yeah, the last that I saw, I only heard them talk about an Achilles. I don't know what the latest update is. All right. Aziz.
Hey, mate. How you going? Hey, Terry.
Good. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Sorry. I always get nervous coming on. No, I'm a salesperson, but it's just...
No, you get
like that. Anyways, all I've got to say is Yellow Habibi. Smashed it. Well done, Blues. I don't know how I come out of that. I see the players on the field. I wonder if they're as proud of their performance as we are, or if they're walking away also a bit more disappointed about the scoreboard pressure that we, didn't really put on towards the end of the game. Towards the start of the game. And I guess how their overall sort of vibe was with, not only being in heat for so long, but also some of the boys going down with injuries. I'm sure that things, affects morale, but just your sort of thoughts on that. I saw them walking out, like not the most energetic after a game. Obviously they're quite tired, but I wonder if that's something to look at. But I'm just seeing this kind of game as a fire starter. I'm hoping, as we all are. We obviously know the quality of the opposition, and the rest of the league will see it as well, and we'll have a lot more close, pressure-filled games where people actually pull it on us like they have in the past few games. So I'm just hoping that they can react and move forward.
Yeah, look, I'm not under any illusions. I don't think we're a very great team.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
So the win was just needed. I don't think many of us were. Sorry, I'm echoing on your end. Something's going on with my sound. What's happening there?
Well, I'm not sure. I'll turn you down.
Okay, all good. So I don't think anyone was saying a 70-point win before the game. I don't think we showed the form to suggest that we were going to do that. So yeah, that's nice. Still very wasteful, and it just makes you think. I don't know which way to think. Is it, wow, we're so wasteful, we're never going to break through, this is us? Or, wow, if only we can just get our skills right, we can really become a really good team? Because they do work hard, and they do put in, and the pressures is there. And it's laborious at times. It's just the skills can let them down and let their efforts down. So I don't know.
I think sometimes it was a bit of overthinking on the part. I think we did well to slow the game down and make right choices, which was nice. But then there was also those times where you just got to back yourself. I think that confidence, although this should boost it, is still lacking a little bit. So I'm hoping that they get to work on that with this positive result, and they can push that along as well, because it was just sometimes like, oh, do I pass? Do I go for goal? And it's just it tells you a lot about where their minds are at when they're on the field. So I'm just hoping that they can back themselves in a bit more and understand that the decisions that they can make, and just get those skills up a little bit more. I like that you called out, and I'll call out. I'm just seeing George Hewitt really like being a class above a lot of guys on the team and on the field in general. You just see it when the ball in his hands, he's composed, tackles hard, makes the right decisions, and it's just good to see him in that flow. I think his best years are ahead of him right now. He's in them, and I'm hoping he makes the most of them. And the team can take from his leadership. So it was good that you called that out too.
He's had a serious start to the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like every game. I know we've been poor. Every game, I think he's been one of, if not our best players. Like he's what did he have today? He had 39 today, man.
Yeah.
Like just everywhere.
Yeah, unreal. Now, It's good to see. Still some improvement, but like I said, I'm hoping fire starter. We'll see what we do about the injuries. It's a real shame about Mackay, as everyone said, after the couple of weeks he's had, but I'm sure he'll just take this in his stride and come back stronger again, and maybe this gives him some more time to rest and evaluate and get better in all ways.
Yeah. Well, mate, thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
Cheers, Terry. Always good seeing you, mate.
Speak to you soon.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Bye. Aiden.
What's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, mate. How you doing? You're out in the open.
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, that's all right. Am I the only one that thinks that performance was a bit... How you going?
It wasn't. Can you have a 71 point non-convincing win? Is it possible?
Oh, I mean, the way that they moved the ball from their D50 to their forward 50 at times was just way too easy. I thought, like, way too easy. And they missed a lot of opportunities, but they were really, really poor today. And if that was any other team, then we probably don't win that game, and we probably don't, come away with a result. But I just thought that performance wasn't really any different from what we saw for the last 4 weeks, to be honest with you.
Nah, it was definitely different. It was definitely different. I mean, look at the lowering of the eyes and look at the way they actually used the ball.
I agree with you on that. Like the way, like for example, like Hotchell kick, the way he was kicking inside 50, and the way we used the ball at times were good. But I felt like structurally it wasn't really that good.
Talk to me about the structure. Talk to me about what you see with the structure. Detail it for me, because I don't know what the structure is. So you tell me what you see.
No, I just thought that the way that they sliced us up from our 450 to their 450 was just way too easy. It was just way too easy.
Yeah. So what's the change in structure that you think Carlton need to make to be better?
I don't know. I'm just seeing. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing.
I'm with you. I'm just trying to understand, because I don't see it. So I'm trying to understand because you do see it.
I see it because like it's not that hard to. I don't know. I'm not a coach. Like I don't know. I'm just a fan. But yeah. But I'm
just trying to see how we can get a better structure so we can win more games.
I understand that, but like hopefully this win is a good stepping stone for our confidence, because we needed this win. But I just thought that there were some things today that I saw weren't that good. That's all.
Yeah, they got some easy transition moments. I think because we press high. I think that's generally what happens when you press high. You're at risk of getting caught out the back.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, to be fair, it literally happened 4 times.
Oh, even
four times, and I reckon they kicked 2-3 goals from it, maybe 5 times.
Yeah, I noticed a little bit of.
And they also kicked 6 goals for the game. So
Yeah, but I also noticed a little bit of like they kicked goals from their kick-ins as well a couple times.
Right.
Yeah.
So what about Carlton's game? Do you think worked from a structure point of view?
We definitely didn't play slow. We played a faster game. Like we used the middle more, bit of risk, which was good. That was good. That was really good. We lowered our eyes, which was good. We had a bit of fumbles with our ball skills, but other than that, it was good. But there were moments which I thought defensively was a bit of concern. But other than that, we got the win, and that's all. And hopefully, we back it up next week because,
Yeah.
North aren't bad. They're not bad.
I think
They're a pretty good
also
team.
North are a pretty good team.
Yeah, they put up 3 quarters against Gold Coast today.
Do you reckon? Like, this is just an opinion, right? So where do you place a win against North Melbourne in the context of what does it mean? Because obviously today you win, it's just West Coast, right? So I think North used to be that team last year. So is it a genuine win next week if they do win, or is it just, it's only North Melbourne if they win next week, or does it depend on something else?
No. If we can back up that performance next week against North Melbourne, who I think are a pretty decentish side, who are better than West Coast, then it's good. And we built a little bit of momentum heading to the Geelong game, and we'll see from there. We'll go from there.
Yeah.
Because that's really it.
Yeah. Mate, 1 down, 15 to go.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Let's just have to wait and see.
All right, mate. Speak to you next week.
See ya. Bye.
All right. Shane. Hello, Shane.
Hey, mate, how are
you? Yeah, good. You got me? All right. You're lagging.
Yeah, I got you, mate.
How are you?
You okay?
Okay. You're going to have to get, your internet's maybe 3 or 4 seconds behind. I'll take you out. I'll bring you back in shortly.
Mate, good.
What is happening? Here's the link if anybody else wants to join in. Josh.
How are you, mate?
Mate, I'm good.
Very good, very good.
How are you?
Relieved. It's just nice to hear the song at the end of the game, I think,
Yeah.
It's been 265 days since we won a game in Melbourne, though. But,
yeah.
It doesn't matter. We won.
Yeah. I think more than anything, it's just great to not have a bad loss. I don't know what that win means in the context of the year, but I'm glad that it wasn't a demoralizing loss.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Look, honestly, for me, I lost my spark for the footy going into this week. So, usually whatever I'm doing on my Saturday or Sunday, whenever it's game night, nothing comes near it. I watched half the game in the car coming back from Coburg after getting a bit of a cannoli. But, the first half I thought was a bit, shaky, skill errors, fumbling. I know it was hot out there. So I still think we're going to have to fix that up because a good opposition will tear up skill errors, as we have seen in the previous weeks. I'm very happy overall, but I just want to point this out because I am concerned about it. I still think our backline is too tall and a bit one-dimensional when it comes to playing Haynes, Sauce, Waders and McGovern. And McGovern looked finally, he had a good game. But I am concerned it is a bit one-dimensional. And we now can't move Kemp back there because it looks like he's going to miss a bit of footy. So when you look for like, it's Lewis Young that you bring in. So I'm concerned about our backline.
It was interesting that they went with Carroll over Boyd, or Carroll and without Boyd. Do you think that is a way to shake it up in the backline?
Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah, I think that's
Carroll and Boyd. Do you think that's something that they look at?
Well, it depends because what are they doing with Zach Williams as well? Like, is he a forward? Is he a midfielder? Like, where are we actually playing him? Because I feel like we can't just keep playing him randomly throughout. We need synergy. I'd like to see Zach playing one position for the rest of the season, and if he's not doing well in the forward line or the back line, I know he's on a lot of money, but if there's no spot for him in the team, then playing him the twos because it's ultimately a waste of a spot, in my opinion.
Waste of time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a waste of time.
Did he start back and
Well,
then
that's
went forward when
I,
Harry went down?
I don't know because when I was on the phone with my dad when the teams were announced yesterday, he said Zach Williams was named in the back line. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know, to be honest with you. I actually don't know there. But I just want them to just choose something with Zach and just stick with it because it's just eh, we need synergy and like it's no good, no good.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember team show and I do remember him being named in the back. I don't remember him starting the game very well. And then before you
Yeah,
know it, Harry's off and Zach's in the forward line again. Okay.
yeah,
He
yeah.
did start back. Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it's a
They
tricky
gotta
one because
choose something.
he's got the attributes that we want. He can kick the ball, he can run and carry,
Mm.
but he's also hard to rely on.
Yeah, yeah. Injuries been no good to him, but yeah, I agree. But if there's no spot for him in the team, then like honestly, if they keep doing this, I'd rather them not play him, to be honest. Because
Yeah.
yeah, there's no point, no point.
Nah.
But yeah, overall, mate, like I'm happy, but it's yeah, 1 week at a time. Like, what do you see out of that win? Like,
Selfless footy. Few
yeah,
guys got back into form, got some confidence, saw a few smiles on some faces.
mm,
Is it just vibes that they need? Do they just need some? Do they just need? Did they just need a road trip, go get a win, come back to Melbourne, fly back, and then build from there? I think we'll know next week. See how they play Friday night.
yeah, yeah. We'll see
If
it
one
next
can
week.
become two, and then if two can become three, we'll see. Reality is, whether it's West Coast or it doesn't matter who it is, they needed to win. Like, as
Yeah, they
in,
just needed to win.
we're a month in. I hadn't won a game, so
Yeah,
uh, we'll see. Let's ask
yeah.
the same question on Friday night or Friday afternoon.
100%. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Well, I just hope that they can somehow like. It's so funny because I've been an optimist all these years. I just hope that they can build on something. I've lost complete faith. I'm happy with the win, but I still want to see just them keep building into it. And yeah, exactly. It's 1 week at a time. But fuck, man, it's 2025 and we're having the conversation of building into the season. Like, are you serious?
I know, man.
This is
I
like a
know.
conversation we'd have like 2021. Like,
Yeah,
fuck. Anyways, mate, that's life going for Carlton, I guess, eh?
it just can never be straightforward. It's always got to be the hard way.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly.
So,
Well, I'll be watching from Sydney next week. I'll be away for the weekend, so hopefully we get up.
beautiful. Will you enjoy? Go Blues,
Thanks, mate. Go the Blues.
Michael.
Hey,
How you
can
doing?
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you
Oh,
doing?
cool, good man. Good man. Not the first time.
No.
The first time I was on was late in the Teague era after an Adelaide game. Do you want to say that? Good to get a win.
It was great to get a win.
Yeah, yeah.
Good to know.
So, sorry, caught me a bit off guard. I thought I was going to wait a while.
Where are you? I mean, it's warm where I am. Where are you based?
I am in Wodonga.
Uh-huh. Got the hoodie on.
So, yeah, but it's night time and I'm going to crash for a nap before with the night shift. So, I thought it looked like we were looser. We played more open. I thought, Will White had a few more shots. That was great. Charlie got a few. It sucks that I think the big concern will be that Harry got hurt. Sorry.
So
Yep.
Harry got hurt. I thought I lost connection there.
No, you're good.
And then there was the other injury. But it's really weird that it's a 71-point win, and we all feel a bit down because I looked up the percentage on the AFL app. We're over 100. We are a 1-4 win team with a percentage over 100. That's weird.
Well, I think the frustration is because of where we find ourselves in the year. I mean, the win had to happen today. It doesn't doesn't fix. I don't think it fixes where they're at, but it doesn't mean that the win wasn't the most important thing today. To get a percentage boost for a team that was out of form is solid. I think if we win 4 in a row, there might be some smiles, some real smiles collectively. But until then, we're
Next
in the
week,
hole.
Yeah, that's fair. And it's weird because obviously we went 0-4 and we were playing terribly.
Yeah.
But we never lost by more than 20. So that's that weird thing where we can all look and say, oh, we were playing terribly, but we weren't getting punished for it. If that makes and look, that might be me being again night shift worker, right set up. I think the worst was 20. There was a 17, 13, and 8. That's not awful. If your average, if your team is conceding at worst an average of 80 points a game, you can work with that. That's actually something good. You can, your defense is clearly working. I think it's our offense efficiency.
Yeah.
That's to me, is that a coaching thing? I don't know. List management, don't know. I know everyone's going to have their own opinion. I couldn't tell you what that is, but if your defense is only conceding on average 80 a week, you can work with that.
There's something there. It's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
So,
how do you feel now going into next Friday?
I believe we can win. I'm a little bit concerned about Harry and Kemp, as you do. I think we can win that too.
Okay.
I do. Yeah. Okay. Again, I'll be working that too. So.
Okay.
But
well,
look, I think we can. It's just going to be the team spread. Is what it is. You can't guarantee the future.
Right. Well, Michael, thanks for calling in. Have a great shift tonight. Go Blues.
No worries, mate. Thank you very much.
Shane, we'll try again.
Hey, mate. How are you?
Good. Talk to me. What'd you make of the performance?
Wow. At the end of the day, we're playing a VFL team. Weren't we?
I think we are the VFL team as well.
No, but that's who we're playing against. We're playing against a VFL team with Liam Baker in their squad and a few extras. But let's not wrap this up to be a good win. It's not.
Has anyone wrapped it up to be a good win?
Well, I think a few people have.
Who?
In chat, oh yeah, we're going to come back and. I know there's a starting point.
I think everyone really knows
we've
that
got
it's
to
not
have a
like
starting point. I understand that, but against the Gold Coast game back in 23, there was a starting point.
Yeah,
we understand that. But when McGovern's dropping marks, mate, against a VFL team, and we're not scoring 140 points plus against a VFL team,
Yeah.
Question marks has to be asked, mate.
Were you expecting?
Yeah,
Were you
I'm happy
expecting
with the win.
140 points? Hang on a second. Wait. Please, I want to ask you a question. Before the game, were you expecting Carlton to score 140 points before the game, based off the form that they were in?
With our midfield against theirs, our forward line against their back line, yes.
I must have missed where you said that. I didn't see much of that. I think we were so out of form and low on confidence that I saw a lot of people today just say, just win. But I don't think anyone's getting carried away.
But where's that ruthlessness? Where's that drive to exceed an expectation?
It's not there. They don't have it.
Is that the issue with the club? Exactly. And who's that through? Is that the coaching? Is that through the players? Who's it through?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to the question, but the reality is they weren't a ruthless team for the last month, so I don't know what you thought they were going to be today.
I'll look at the top teams, mate. What I do is I'll look at the top echelon. So I'll look at Brisbane, Hawthorns, even the Collingwoods now. Their expectation is a standard. And we don't have that at Carlton.
We don't, because we're not that good of a team.
We don't have that ruthlessness. We don't have that drive to kill.
So we weren't that good of a team in the last month. So what made you think that we were going to be that ruthless of a team today?
This way. So at the start of January, I'll tell you this. At the start of January, everyone said we were top 4. Our list is top 4.
Yeah.
By the end of March, everyone goes, our list is no good.
Right.
Well, our players haven't changed in 3 months. Correct. Right. So tech. So what I say is that's got to come down to mindset.
Okay, so how do we fix it?
The mindset of Voss's coaching was, what was it?
How do we fix it?
He said it since 2022. Voss's mindset was scoreboard doesn't matter. He doesn't manage a scoreboard. He doesn't manage the players against the time clock. You look at McRae. What does McRae do at Collingwood?
They do the drills.
When they're in close games, what do they do? But it's drills, exactly. So he says to him, come to the coach's wing and we'll run down the clock.
Right.
Let's put scoreboard pressure on the opposition. Has Voss done that with our coach? I'll tell you what, mate, our list is 1,000 times better than Collingwood. 1,000 times better.
Is it though? Like, as in, did we overrate the list? Because
remember this saying.
I think we pick and choose when
Kevin Sheedy once said, "A coach makes the players, and the players make a coach."
Coach makes the players, and the players makes the coach. Okay.
Who is Michael Voss made in our list? Who?
Depends what time of the year you're asking. This time last year, he had improved a lot of them. Fogarty, Cottrell.
Fagan. All right, so I'll say to you, players under Fagan, who has he made as a good player? Zorko, halfback flank.
You think Chris Fagan made Zorko the player that he is?
Puts him in the position that he can be a very good player.
Okay. Shane, how do we win more games now? That's really the most important thing. What do we do? You there? Hello? Oh. Shane? You there?
The thing I see...
I feel like it's loading. It's about to come back. All right. Shane, call... Hello? No. Call back when your connection comes back, mate. All right. Mark.
Hey, say
How's
hello.
it going?
Hey, it's my boy.
Wow.
It's Terry.
Alex, long time. What's happening?
Up, my boy?
I'm trying to breathe. I'm trying to smile, but apparently not allowed. Not allowed to smile. The chat doesn't want a bar of any happiness for that win today.
Man, you know what? A lot of people were saying, "Oh, I'm not satisfied. It's this, and that." You need to beat someone, man. It doesn't matter what's in front of you. You need to win, and we won.
Got to win.
And that's all that matters in the end.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping now that that's just the confidence they needed. They can finally see it. They can finally see what they need to do. The connection's hopefully there now, and we can start to push on with it.
That's the hope. The hope is that it's a breakthrough.
That's the hope. That's the hope.
Yeah. What did you make from the game being there? I mean, you see it very differently to us on TV.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, look, it felt like we started off a bit shaky, but really being at the game, it felt like we were never really sort of under any duress. It was more a matter of how much, not if. That's what it felt like at the ground. We looked like we were always under control, but yeah, that's what it felt like at the ground, and it was good. There was a good atmosphere, especially when we were up and about. There was a really good atmosphere there, and you could see the players were feeding off it. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Mark, what does Mark think?
Well, you can have a chat to him yourself.
All right, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Mark,
you were. Hopefully, what's that?
I was going to say you were looking for us to put the foot down in the second half. What did you see?
Well, look, it was only, you could say, a matter of time, to be fair. I mean, like, we eventually pulled through, which was obviously good. But look, man, I mean, there were probably just moments in the first quarter that it felt like we were just going to somehow stuff this up again. But I think the writing's on the wall of, we're like, going into the game, we were buried 10 feet under. Luckily enough that the Eagles, they're buried 50 feet under. That's how bad they're going. I mean, it's relief, but let's think of the bigger picture here, right? There is so much more to be fixed around the club, and everybody can agree.
Hey, but it only starts with one. That's all you can worry about, 1 week at a time.
Yeah, as you were saying?
No, I was just listening.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's under any illusions that we're in a big-ass hole and we're struggling, and I don't think this win fixes anything. I just think it was a solid win. I mean, it was what it was.
Oh, of course, mate. Of course it doesn't fix anything. I mean, you know that we as members and fans are obviously slowly waking up to the real reality of exactly what's going on. And I mean, I think I actually managed to look back as far as the fan camps from last week, and I actually thought it was probably one of the best ones ever, if not in a very long time. Especially, going to shout out to Paul. And actually, that reminds me. Maybe I was meant to be part of it in spirit, and maybe, I don't know, trying to think of the words at the moment. Maybe I was meant to be part of it. But look, the thing is, I think Paul spoke very well as far as, especially with our new president and with the run-ins that he's actually had. To be perfectly fair, you've got to think, you need a president that runs a football club, not a president that runs a cartel. Because that's the reality. When I found out that story, and there's more to it, which I'm sure that, you know what, whether people want to know or not know, the whole reason of a football club that needs to be run is about the football, right? Week in, week out, we go in expecting to win games. If we're going to lose, put in the effort rather than being lackluster. So, look, you know you can only beat whoever's in front of you, sure, right? Are we happy? Yeah, but I'm thinking of the bigger picture. I'm thinking of the bigger picture.
So, speaking of, how do we beat North Melbourne next week?
How do we beat North Melbourne next week? well, the same intent. And not only that, we have to flip the magnets because Mackay obviously, I mean, gee, I think I've had my fair say about him. Look, mate, all I'm going to say is this. It's unfortunate that he is concussed considering that he's had to come back. And remember this, Harry, only the right woman will follow you, mate. That's all I'm going to say about that. You let your football do the talking, all right? You're paid to play football, not anything else.
All right.
And I feel
Let's,
for that. But
okay.
anyways, like...
Good to see you boys. Have
Yeah,
a
go
fun
on.
time in Adelaide. Have fun at the casino. Hopefully you win all the money and go Blues.
I'll bring on next week, but there's still more to come, man. Still more to come.
All right.
Go Blues.
See ya. What is happening? Can someone explain to me what is happening? Coles.
How you doing, Des?
I don't know how I'm doing. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's like that, isn't it? You know what? I'm sorry I didn't make it to the last 4 fan cams. You know, things came up. You know, I really tried, but
there's nothing to be sorry for.
No, I'm a bit of a fair weather supporter, but I'm here now.
Did you watch the game?
I did watch the game. I've been watching all the games.
Right. Talk to me about the performance today, because we're here to talk about today's performance.
Today's performance, I think it was quite good. You caught me. I was gonna talk about the last 5 games.
No.
But yeah, no. Today was good. The injuries are unfortunate, but I liked seeing how we adjusted to the injuries. Seeing Cripps forward was quite interesting, and I liked what he did there. I also saw a little bit of Motlop at center clearances. Center stop, the bounce.
Yep.
Which I don't know. I'm probably need to see more of that, but it sounds like a good idea. If he's struggling, you know, finishing the job down forward, he could put his speed and ball handling to good use in the center if needed. Walsh also had a great game. Yeah, he looked like the Walsh from back in the day, you know,
like last year.
Yeah, and even before when he was absolutely tearing up. But yeah, no, it looked like the stuff that we've been practicing really has been starting to hit. You know, has started to click. Yeah, it started to click because you talk about, oh, we've finally started to lower the eyes to make kicks, but like I have been noticing that the last 4 games as well. We have been doing it. It's just today we did it more and we maintained it in the second half, which made it so much more obvious. What it seems like is this is a team that got handed a new a new game plan over the off season, and it just has not worked at all. And we needed a low pressure opposition to just essentially just do a drill for 2 hours. And yeah, we'll see where we can go from here. But I think this was, you know, a win's a win.
It was a regulation. I don't know if there is such thing as a regulation 71-point win, but it was a pretty standard 71-point win. It had that feel about it.
I mean, if we're talking about our purple patch from last year, that pre-regulation 71-point win.
True. That's true.
The 71-point wins from last year were feeling pretty regular.
I think the lingering frustration from the first month is just there, and it's a dark spot until they rectify it. So any win that happens in the next couple of weeks might get overshadowed by the fact that people are frustrated and whatever. Like, fair enough.
Yeah, because I have been seeing like how we've been playing going straight down the middle. You know, when we don't stuff it up, it's been magical. I've loved seeing that. I don't think I've ever seen a Carlton playing that fast and that aggressively and that dynamic straight down the middle of the field. and the skill errors in that have been reducing. And today we really saw kind of the how we can use that to get a win. Of course, yeah, the defense still needs some work, still needs some more structure, I think, especially the defense over the entire ground. Because, yeah, it was a pretty low pressure game on both sides for most of the time. Because even though West Coast weren't really in it, they did manage to go straight through us a number of times, even if that didn't end up impacting the overall game.
Well, I think the better teams will punish some of the skill errors that we still
Absolutely.
do. So, I mean, not that they will; they have. Collingwood did it. Hawthorn did it. So, just got to keep chipping away and hope that it's the start of something. But we will see, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. One last point. What do you got?
I think it's gonna get it's not gonna get better straight away, but it's gonna get better. Like, I think if we can get our second halves, if we can maintain our second halves like we had this game, then that'll make a huge difference, and we can go back to just being a good team that is struggling to implement a new game plan instead of a team that has been instead of a shit team because of a game plan that has blown everything up.
Right. Only one way to find out.
Well, that's true. Oh well.
Oh well.
See you next
Mate,
time then.
You go and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too.
All right.
About bloody time we got to enjoy a weekend day.
Amen to that, my friend. All right. See you, Tolls. Dynamic Hypnotic. Moon Boot was Kemp wearing Lord's t-shirt. Yes, that was clarified. Thank you, mate. Eric, I'm doing God's work this week. Usually it's God's work after a loss. But thank you. All right, who we got here? Dione. Hello. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Can
good
you
to
hear
get
any
a win.
feedback or anything, or is it okay?
No, you're clear. You're very clear. Okay. You're in Bangkok at the moment?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a...
So I just want to. Oh, great! I just want to mention. I'm getting some feedback, so maybe I'll just talk anyway.
No, you're good. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I'm okay about today. I really wanted to see them have confidence and have a win. And have you heard of the shit sandwich? You start with a positive, some constructive feedback in the middle, and then finish off with the positive. So that's sort of what I want to do. So I liked today that we had some younger players like Matt Carroll and Will White and show a bit of selflessness. So I really liked that they did that. I liked the way that we tried to open up the forward line. I like that we had Cripper up forward as well in the second half, given a bit of a break. And the things that I like to work on is the way that they can transition, or that the opposition transition out of the forward 50, our forward 50. That's how they got easy goals. Having said that, they scored 60 points, and I think we finished off really well. So,
yeah. Look, that's the first time all year I think we've seen Carlton not fall away in a second half. So I'm just hoping it's just that positive energy that they need to start a run more than anything. There's so many of them that were out of form going into the game. And I think a couple of them, I think of McGovern in particular, I thought he was very much out of form. I think Walshy was a bit out of form as well. We're crying out for small forwards to kick goals. Durden comes in and does that. It's just hard to know whether it's going to eventuate into something. But I don't think we need to think that far ahead. I think we just need to enjoy today for what it is, because every week this week's been dreadful. This year, I should say, has been dreadful.
Yeah, and it may not eventuate into something next week. Who knows? But I would rather win than lose. Seriously. And sometimes I think people wanted us to lose. I really feel like some of them wanted us to lose today. And I don't want our supporters to feel like that. Yeah. That's the worst thing that I can think of today that happened is how some of our supporters react to us winning. That's it.
Yeah. Well said. Well, what's on the cards for the rest of your weekend?
It's Songkran here in Thailand. So the water festival's on, the Happy New Year in Thai. So that's what I'll be doing, having a bit of frivolities in the water.
Beautiful. Well, you go and enjoy. Thanks for calling up. Go Blues.
Thanks a lot. See you. Bye.
Bye. Matt.
Hey, mate. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think I can hear you. Yeah. How are you?
Really? Can you hear me?
Yep. You good? Can you hear me?
It's just delayed. I don't know why. That's weird.
Are
Matt,
you
can I
watching
come
me
back?
on YouTube or are you watching me on
Oh,
StreamYard?
no, I'm not. I'm watching you on StreamYard. Yeah. Hang on a sec. Oh, mate.
Okay. I'm going to bring you out. I'm going to take you out. And then I'll bring you back in. Mark?
Hey man, how you going?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. What are your thoughts?
I thought it was a selfless team performance and a
Yeah,
much needed win. What are your
I
thoughts?
thought. Yeah, I thought the exact same thing. I thought, look, we needed this win. Let's not sugarcoat it. I thought it was a professional win. Some players did get their confidence back, I guess, but I don't think we'll know the importance of this win till maybe a few weeks down the track. And like you said before, for us, it's more so 1 week at a time. We can't think too far ahead who we've got in a month's time or 5 weeks' time. We've just got to worry about today and the moment. And I thought, for me, the shining light was Matt Carroll. I thought he was unbelievable. And yeah, I just thought, look, whatever's going to happen at the end of the year, that can wait for now. I think, it's important that we rally behind them. And as much as they stress us out, they kill us on a weekly basis, they give us the shits. I just thought, it's important that, even the coaches get some confidence out of this. Like, for example, Cripper going in the forward line, I thought that was a good move, even though it was late. He didn't have his best performance by a long stretch, but I thought he contributed, and the players in the middle done it without Cripper. Yes, you could say it was only West Coast, right? But that'll give the likes of Cooper Lord some confidence, Sam Walsh much needed confidence, and Adam Chera much needed confidence.
Yeah, I think you're right. Also, I think really good to see Walshy hit the scoreboard. I think that's been a big criticism of his game and trying to get Walsh back on the outside and, getting back to Gary Ayres' medal form and even just putting him in positions where he does kick goals on the run. So I thought, the word structures come up. The way the overlap running looked today was a step forward. Can it look like that when we play against better teams is the big question.
I think, look, I just had a phone call with my old man just before, and he said to me, we do that against a good team. I'll say that's a good win. But I said to him, I'll look back to 2023. I don't want to dwell on the past too much because the past is the past. But I remember we needed that win against Gold Coast. And back then, Gold Coast were towards the bottom of the ladder from memory, right? We got that win and then we went on that massive streak. So can that be the start of something? Can that be the fire starter for us, right? Time will tell. And I think Walsh was absolutely enormous today. Like, we could not have asked for more from Walshy today. He gave his heart out. It's obviously, I do want to just mention quickly Kempy. I'm gutted for any player in the competition that gets injured like that, mate. Like, I don't care who you play for, right? injuries suck, and hopefully he can make a speedy recovery. And he's going to be a big loss to our team because when things aren't going our way, he's always that swingman that can go back and help us shore things up rather than put Charlie Kerner in the defense. You know, and you can always switch him and Jack Silvani up. So it'll be really interesting to see the structure come out over the next few weeks because I'm assuming Kemp is going to be gone for a while. So it's going to be very amusing to, or I should say, like very intriguing to see what our structure is going to look like moving forward. Do we bring Pito in next week and TDK goes up forward? Because I feel like TDK the last couple of weeks hasn't been himself. So does he need a little bit of confidence in the forward line to get, you know, a few goals on the board? So yeah, look, it'll be very interesting. But overall today, we'll take the win. Move on to next week, mate, and we'll enjoy tonight. Like, I think, you know, we've had a shit start to the year, but in footy, man, a week's a long time, so it could change very quickly if we're good enough and if we've got the mental strength. That's the key word, mental strength.
Well, let's hope they can continue it on next week.
100%. And look, mate, like whatever will be. But you know, at the end of the day, I think our boys have shown it before, and you know, hopefully they can show it again, and you know, get another good win next week against the Kangas.
Absolutely, mate. You'll be there next week, Friday night?
Oh, 100%, mate. 100%. Wouldn't miss it for the world, man. Like, when I sat there through 100-point loss after 100-point loss, I'm not gonna throw in the towel yet, mate. Like, I know we cracked the shit after a win, but I'm not gonna throw in the towel.
We only sat through 100-point losses so we could be 8 years into the rebuild. Not sure if we're going to be making finals or not.
Mate, no, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. I'm getting grey hairs, mate. I'm 30.
Man.
I'm getting grey hairs, man.
Yeah, man. I feel ya. Nah, hey, we'll just keep putting up the good fight and hoping something can turn around, hey?
100%, brother. Love your work, man. I've said it to you before, but you do an amazing thing. So keep it up.
Appreciate it, man. I'm not going anywhere, man. Much love.
Oh, thanks, brother. Take it easy.
See ya. Jim.
Going on?
I wasn't convinced, and then I was convinced, and then I still wasn't convinced, and I think I'm a little bit more convinced, but I'm not really convinced. Does that make any sense?
Makes perfect sense. I
Okay.
get every bit of it. Yeah. Don't be convinced, but enjoy the win. Absolutely. Don't be like negative and I don't know. We shouldn't get negative, but like I was there, I'm telling you, like there's still issues. There's issues. Everyone knows that anyway. But don't want to harp on about that too much. They've just got to front up next week and also bash North Melbourne to death because that's what we did to West Coast today. We just literally bashed them to death. It was like under 12s when that kid that grew up is like a foot taller than everyone else and they're not better at footy, but they're just better. It was that. It was that, man.
Oh, man.
It was Nelson from The Simpsons just belting Millhouse all day. Yeah.
Yeah. We're in a really fascinating part of the whole journey. We really are. Like, I've never watched a 71-point win and thought what I think today and what you just said. You know, like, and so I'm left thinking like, okay, do the boys just need a bit of positivity just to get on a run? And then it's like, well, if we're that type of team that just needs a bit of positivity to get on a run, that is a problem in itself within itself.
Yeah.
But also you can only live in the reality that you live in. And the reality is like, we're just not a great team, but we thought we were a great team and maybe we can still be a great team. It's just so confusing.
It's just a bunch of players disconnected, not on the same page. Like, I think today I probably saw a dozen examples of blokes jumping at the same footy again. People in this side do not block for each other, which is just such a country footy thing to do, but they just don't. Like, two boys go for the ball and it's almost like, give me the ball, but no one protects. Like, ever, man. I would have saw that 50 times today. Even West Coast, as bad as they were, when they got the pill, they protected their homie, which is, you know, it's difficult to watch as a Carlton fan. But, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, behind the ball, we sag off far too much. if they were clinical today, even a shit side, like let's say an Essendon, who are a middle of the road side, we play like that and give them such disrespect in defence, they will pile goals on us out the back. They'll just Josh Jenkins us, man. They'll just smack us. So I don't know. I understand, you know, your weeders and that, they're gonna do their thing and sag off, and they read the play so well. But there's only one weeders. There's not 6 of them. So yeah, we got to be a little bit more accountable there. I need to know though, because I didn't see it. What happened to Kemp, and is it bad?
Oh, dude, yeah, it's bad because it's bad, man. So basically, behind the goals footage, like no one hit him. He just went down. It had the same mechanism of what an Achilles looks like. I don't know. I came on here as soon as the siren went, but from that footage alone, when someone changes, he didn't even really change direction. He went to just like take off and just went down. It was the like quintessential mechanism of an Achilles. And he also grabbed sort of like his lower leg but high ankle, which is usually when your Achilles, once it like ruptures, it rolls up. So I don't want to say it's definitely an Achilles, but it looked like an Achilles. And I haven't seen any confirmation yet. I mean, unless it's online somewhere. But it was pretty bad, man. I feel terrible for him.
Damn it. Yeah, the only thing we saw at the ground was just a close-up of his face after whatever had happened. They didn't replay it. And he just, like, in a lot of pain. I'm like, has he just done his knee? Has he got a broken leg? What the fuck is going on? So, yeah, wasn't sure. And Harry, how bad? Bad? Or just 1-2 week concussion?
Concussion. As in, like, it'll be, what is it? Is it 10 days or 12 days compulsory?
12 days. Yeah.
So he misses. We play against. He just makes it for the Geelong game if he's ready for it. So he misses Friday, and then he will be ready for Sunday, hopefully against Geelong. But that's just shit. Like that's just like
it was bad luck. That's bad
unlucky.
Luck.
Yeah, it's bad luck.
Yeah.
So
he was just doing the normal thing. It's just one of those ones. It's a collision. But also on the positive side, Carroll, he was okay. He looked like he wanted to take the kicks. I haven't seen a kid come in and actually look at the level. He looked at the level. Yeah. Kind of reminded me of Jordan Boyd.
It's a good point because I think a lot of us were talking about, okay, well, if they're going to play Carroll, let him play free. And they did let him play free. And he didn't have any fear about the way he played, which I thought was good for him.
Yeah. He took the kicks on. Like there was one where we were out fat side and he kicks it over the head and it goes out in the full. But that's okay because he hits that kick 9 out of 10 times and then we're on. So, yeah, I liked what he did. Will White getting a goal, man, it was nice. Took a while for him to get it, but the fact that he got it. And Walsh looked back to his best. So there are some promising things out of this game despite the fact that structurally we're inept. And I know Paul said he wanted to see us systematically dismantle them. We did not do that. But again, just bashed them to death. And just with that much better than teams like West Coast. And that's a good thing that we just get it done because clearly we're not in form. But we've punished a team who is shitter than us big time. Like 70 points is it's a good win. So we should be a bit excited as a fan base. I don't imagine people are going to be too down about it. But also, we do have to keep asking questions and not let things paper over cracks. So
Nah, it's a good point. Yeah. Well, mate, what's on the cards for your Saturday?
I think I'm just going to watch a little bit more footy, I reckon. Going to watch the Bombers. They're on later, I reckon. Maybe the Dogs game now and finish fan camps.
Beautiful.
I'll leave you to it, bro. Enjoy
All
it.
right, bro. See you, man.
Take care, man.
All right. Braden.
How are you, Terry?
Mate, I'm not melting down this week, which is nice for a change.
Yes, it's very good, isn't it? I just thought today we played a lot more comprehensive football. I think, even though it probably wasn't up there with one of the best 70-plus point wins in history, I just think it was a great confidence booster for the side overall. And I think when you're getting, let's be real, even though the losses haven't been by great margins, I think the attitude of the team, we've just been comprehensively beaten every week. And I think today what we saw, especially the inclusion of young guys, Carroll, etc., I thought we were a lot better for it.
Yeah, I think there was a number of players who needed to find some form and some confidence, and it almost was the perfect matchup and situation because it was extremely hot. So the intensity of the game in terms of the pressure wasn't at a very, very high level, and it allowed for some time and space. And I think no one's under any illusion of the hole that Carlton are in, and the only way out of the hole is step by step. And I think we got a little bit lucky with the timing of the game and the way it all played out. But I said it earlier, I think McGovern needed to find some form ASAP. I think Walshy...
He certainly did. Nick Haynes, to start the season, let's be real, they've looked pretty dead average. I mean, some of their games, they've just been that far off it. I remember that Hawthorn game. Nick Haynes just really didn't look great to begin at Carlton. I think, though, today we saw particularly Sam Walsh, probably by far his best performance to start the season. Now, who knows? It's probably very early days for him getting back into this season. West Coast, very, very inexperienced midfield there they have at the moment. And even the likes of Duggan, Liam Baker, are they even really, they're probably B-grade midfielders at best. So overall, it was probably a C-grade midfield we were playing. But for him to run out a game like that, hot conditions, probably gives him a great deal of confidence because I'll be honest, I think to start the season, he's looked like a 60-year-old man against some of these high-pressure teams. So for him, no doubt that'd be great. And to see Cripper get it some time up forward, I think we need to start doing that a lot more with him, especially as Kemp's gone down today. I think him going up there gives him some greater confidence. It also just moves some magnets around for the opposition coaches to have to deal with.
Yeah. This is going to be a very odd question. Has anyone ever told you that you have a really good voice?
Yes, many
and the way
times.
that you... Yeah,
many times. I was a school captain last year, so yeah.
Yeah, I, there's something about the way you speak that just draws me in.
Well, I'll tell you what. About 2 months ago, I met Alan Richardson, the former St Kilda coach, and he said, "You sure you're not the next Gerard Whateley or something?" So,
where'd you go to school?
Public school. Only a small public school.
Love that, mate. Love that. Public school unite.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts going into Friday now? Like, I mean, we're at it's very evident that we're not fixed and we've got things to fix. So where are you going into Friday in terms of what's important to take the next step? Because it is really one step at a time.
To be honest, I'm very worried. I've seen a lot of North Melbourne start the season. When it's been hotter conditions for them, they've struggled a lot. But when it's been back at home under Marvel for them, they've looked a lot more composed. And today, I watched, as I was watching the Carlton game on the side, I watched North Melbourne. Those first 3 quarters against Gold Coast, they were taking it right up to them. And you could argue at the moment, Gold Coast are the informed team. So I am quite worried. And Harry Sheasel in particular, he looked pretty much back to his best today for most part of the game. And when you see that, you do have to worry. But I think back at Marvel, it should suit us better. As we saw against, say, the Bulldogs, we were in that game for most of it. Marvel, of course, home ground pretty much at this rate, and it just suits us a lot better. So, and also I think we really do need Elijah Hollands back. I think he is the major game, what would you want to say, match winner, differentiating. Oh, sorry, having a shocker at the moment. He's that game winner for us, I think. And if he can rotate off the half forward, get some clearances even, he would be really making that difference for us.
Yeah. Well, mate, hope you've not called in before, have you?
No, I haven't.
Well, hopefully you call in again. Great to chat with you.
You too, mate. I'd just like to quickly shout out Pom in Oz. He's a very good guy. Had many good conversations on Instagram with him, so good guy.
He's one of the best, mate. Good on you.
Mate.
Thanks, Braden.
Take care. No problem.
See you, mate. Cheers.
Oh, how you going, Derek?
Good, mate. How are you going? Where are you?
Oh, yeah. Near Flinders Street. Just had a few things on today, family stuff and different things. Anyway, I thought it was a more positive, right? and I'll point the positive points out, which I thought. I know it was 71 points, which sounds fantastic. I know they made a lot of mistakes, but I think the confidence thing will be hopefully a great thing for them. I think Savani's really going from strength to strength each week in the backline. Personally, my opinion, and I thought Haynes played well in the back. Probably his best game he's played. Again, I know it's against West Coast, and Matt Carroll for his first game played well. They were all the positives. George Hewitt and Adam Serra and Cripps, Walsh, all had great moments and played well. I can't say. I mean, sometimes maybe we handled the ball too much. Maybe a lot of times we were trying things, unselfish things, which sometimes did worked out. We got about 19 points, but it didn't, always result in a goal, right? I thought Charlie was a positive because even if he only kicked 2 goals, I don't know if he kicked 2 or 3, I thought he, around the ground, what he gave was really good compared to probably the most fittest he's probably been, if that's allowed to be said. I can see Kemp's injury is bad, but I can see Mark Pitterman coming back in, and maybe that allows Tom De Koning to go into forward line, which might be handy. We've got Elijah Hollins, who could be coming in back in next week too. So we have got options. I thought Corey playing his first game, again, we're saying against West Coast, he was good for what he did. And he was, to kick 4 goals was great. Maybe because we've been stunned for the first 4 weeks, we're all subdued till we see a few more wins. But I honestly think this will do the group good over there in South Australia, winning, because you see many times when a side thinks they're going to win and they lose, even against weak sides, and upset wins and everything else. At least Carlton got the job done today. How's that?
Yeah. Mate, I'm glad you mentioned Jack Silvani. I think you might have been the first person to do that. He looks to be growing in that role every time he plays it. And I do wonder if they're going to move him forward now that Kemp's hurt, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, he's one of the best players for Carlton. What did you think, Silvani, again today?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was really solid. I thought Walshy and Hewitt and even Durden, I thought, played their roles really well today.
And what do you think about the confidence thing about, going forward? I mean, it can be true, can't it?
I think sometimes you've just got to see yourself doing the thing that you're trying to do to build confidence, no doubt. And I think this is a layered step to fix the problem that is clearly there. And I think winning was step one. Winning well was step one. I think they won well.
Yep.
There's still deficiencies. There's still things that they've got to clean up. And if you compare it to Collingwood last night and Geelong the other night, there's clearly a difference in the execution.
Definitely.
But this is where we're at, mate. I accept that we are not those teams.
But I think we can improve and become one of those teams.
Yeah, there's always
That's
room
what
for
we hope,
improvement.
anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, Terry.
All right, mate. I'll speak to
a
you
bit better
soon.
week. Thank you.
All right, mate. See ya. Got one more here. Matt, I'm going to try again. You there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, mate, loud and clear.
I don't know what happened before. Definitely
it's
didn't
weird. Internet has been playing up for quite a few.
Yeah, I definitely didn't have YouTube going, so I was like, what was that? Anyways. Yeah, like, have you ever watched your team win by 71 points, but pretty much throughout the entire game, I was doing this half the time? Just put my hands in my face.
I'm telling you, man, like Liam Ryan's first goal in the third quarter, and then when he got the ball the second time straight afterwards, he missed the shot. I was like I was sitting on the couch like this the whole time. I was like, oh, they're gonna fuck it up again. Like it was there. It was in my head. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
look, I
I don't
mean,
know.
yeah. I mean, look, everything that I wanted to come on and say has already been said. Literally, like the last 3 or 4 people have said everything I wanted to say. So, yeah, look, I don't know, man. Like,
I have a question. If we had have won by 130 points today, would that have made things? Would that have made that much of a difference, or would that have made it more frustrating? It's like, oh, where was that the last few weeks, kind of thing.
Yeah, no,
like,
that's
was
good.
any win going to be a good win today?
Yeah, that's a really good question. To me, how much we won by wasn't a huge factor for me. It was more just the way we used the footy and how we played that I was looking for a little bit more synergy and just some better skills. Just looking for a little bit more improve. Like some of those, like I don't know what it is when we go forward. We just look like a little bit tentative and deer at headlights almost. It's just like that last, entry to in that forward line. It's just like I'm just like, there was a period of time in the third and fourth quarter where we had numbers out everywhere in that forward 50, and we still managed to just completely butcher or just make the wrong decision. And I'm like, gosh, if we had executed just, even 30% better, it would have nearly been a 100-point win for us today. So, look, I just the manner that we play was looking for just a slightly better performance. But I mean, based on the last 4 weeks, what can you expect? You can't probably expect anything drastically better. But I was just hoping for a little bit better skills. Just the skills are just a real concern for me. Like going forward, obviously, just our skill level and decision making is a real concern, especially when we start playing, Geelong and St Kilda and Adelaide. And even North Melbourne. I mean, they've improved a fair bit this year. So, but like you said, a win's a win. You take it. But I've just is there anything out of today that you saw that gives you some positives going into North Melbourne? Like, is there anything Yeah.
Plenty. 9 goal kickers, even spread, not relying on Charlie to kick a bag of goals to win a game of footy.
Yeah.
I think getting some, I hate the word nourishment, but I'm going to use it, getting something from our small forwards in positions. I think getting certain guys back into form. McGovern's a big one. I think Walsh, getting him in form is a big one. Getting him being a little bit more damaging. I even thought someone who hasn't been mentioned today, who I think is an important part of when we do play at our best, is Matt Cottrell. When we were at our best last year, he was playing his best footy, and there was a lot of talk around how we value him. I thought that was the best Matt Cottrell had played and kicked the ball in over 12 months. So there are positive signs, but they can all be thrown into the bin next week if we lose, So, yeah. I look. Are you tipping Carlton against North Melbourne next week?
Oh, jeez, 50-50, mate.
Don't lie to me. Don't you lie to me.
No, it'll be 50. It'll be my gut instinct. But I'm going shocking in the tipping, so may as well just tip Carlton. Just who knows, but they might win. So the reason why I asked is because I've lost. I'm asking you that question because I don't see the positive, but I do agree with what you said about even goal kickers and even the midfielders like Walsh kick 3, Cripps kick 3. I mean, that's a real positive, I guess.
Look, the ball movement, the lower, the way they kicked the ball, but not just for a half. Like it continued on. Again, always got to put the asterisks on it and say it's one game, and it was against a poor Eagles, but it was going to be a very bad Richmond outfit on round 1 as well. But we didn't win the game.
Yeah, how bad are the West Coast season look terrible to me. I don't know. They've obviously had some issues off field as well, but they just looked very, especially defensively. So
yeah. So they're on their journey. Look, let's just see what happens, man. Let's just see if we can turn it into something. Otherwise, we're going to be here crying Friday night. Can't wait.
I've got my own opinion of what I think is going to happen, but look, if they prove me wrong, that'll be great. But
If the Roos get it done, if the Roos beat us next week, Good Friday. Oh man, it's a dark time.
I won't be coming on fair games. Don't worry. I'll let you.
It's my birthday on Friday, man. Give me the win. Come on, give me the win. If I sit here on my 34th birthday, doing 2 hours and 45 minutes of bad therapy fan cams, I'm gonna be sad. But
Nick Larky kicking 6.
Oh mate, we are damaged. That's what we are. Damaged goods.
Anyways,
man.
mate, good to come
mate.
on.
You
But
too.
yeah, take care.
See you, man. All right. I think I saw someone wanted to come on. Oliver Virgiotis. You can join if you like. The link to join is here if there's anyone else that wants to join in. I'm also about, so there's one link. I am also about to draw the raffle out for the winner. Oh, Huss, welcome to membership. I'm going to get your name in the raffle. If there's anybody else that wants to enter the raffle for the Chris Judd signed memorabilia, I'm going to put it in the chat now. Last chance. Entry link. And if there's anyone else that wants to come on, yeah. So someone's winning this bad boy. This could have been a really bad idea. It could have been like SEN membership day for the Blues. Like you do the raffle thinking you're going to win. All right, Shane, we're going to try you one more time, mate. Let's see if we got your connection. You there?
Yeah, mate.
All right, let's continue. Where were we? Oh, my question to you was...
You know I got on the post?
Wait, can I please... Yes, I love to see it. I want to ask you.
Boy.
You got the membership. Mate, love to see it. I want to know from you. I think I was asking you, how do we turn what we saw today into some form?
Confidence.
Hello?
You there?
Yeah, your delayed is
it's
like...
all about momentum, mate, in AFL.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah,
Shane?
I'm here, mate. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Shane, I'll speak to you later. There's like a 3-ish second delay, maybe 4 seconds. And it's just going to make it really difficult to chat. Baggers Podcast 25. Hello, mate.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Very, very good. After that win. Good response.
It was very much needed. Very much needed, wasn't it?
Bloody oath it was. Things were going downhill quickly and picked ourselves up in a good way. So, yeah, it's good to see.
Do you think it can turn into something
very, very
positive?
Good. I think we've definitely done it before, so can't see why we can't do it again. Obviously, a lot of positives to take out of it, and the Carlton community's up and about now, so hopefully that leads into something big. Hopefully we can start pushing ourselves a bit more.
Yeah. Give me your 3, 2, and 1 vote.
3 votes, Sam Walsh, outstanding.
Yep.
2, Hewitt, and 3, Corey Durden.
Love your work. What's happening on the podcast, mate? What's the next episode? What's the story?
Next episode's tomorrow night with young King Cookson. So another guest. That'll be episode 25 now. So really starting to climb. If you haven't already, go and check it out. And yeah, it's going really well.
Can I book myself in for episode 100?
You sure can. 100%.
Make a deal.
100%.
Awesome. All right, mate. You enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go Blues.
You too. Thanks for having me on.
See ya. All right, one more. Andrew?
Tez,
How
can
are
you
ya?
hear me?
You,
Good, mate.
I can hear you. Are you holding that phone, or is someone holding that phone for you? Oh, okay, great.
Nah, my
Never mind.
son's holding the phone for me, mate, while I'm driving home.
I don't want to get you in
But
trouble, you know.
I'm gonna look ahead, and I'm gonna talk to you while I'm looking ahead. So if I'm not
All
looking
right.
at you, you know why. I'm on hands free.
Okay. Talk to me. What'd you
Yeah.
make of the game?
Look, I wasn't impressed, to be fair. It wasn't. Look, patches. We showed some good signs, but you know the opposition was pretty bad, and I think 17 other sides would have touched us up today. That's what I think. There was a few players that, you know. What did you think of Motlop, Tez? What do you think of Motlop? Tell me what you think of him.
What do I think of him today, or what do I think of him in general?
Fix the speaker. I can't hear him. Put it up.
You're asking me what do I think of Motlop? You mean today, or do you mean Motlop in general?
Just in general, what do you think of Motlop? What do you think? How do you think he is on a field? Do you think that he actually impacts the game? I just see a guy that just runs around in circles and looks busy and doesn't really have any impact.
Yeah, I don't think he had impact today, but I do see a guy having a crack out there. Like, he's playing a lot more time on ball than we've ever seen him play. I think he's building. I don't think he is as bad as what people are making him out to be, but he's definitely not as good as what we maybe thought he would be. I mean, I was hoping he'd be the always replacement, you know, when it comes to goals.
Because what pick was he in the draft? He was an early pick, wasn't he? He was an early.
Like 29.
Was he an early pick? 29. Okay, yeah. So, I just, like I said, I just feel like he looks like he's busy, but he's always running around the packs. He doesn't seem to be hitting his tackles. You know, like Durden came in today and did what a small forward needed to do, which is kick his goals, put a bit of pressure on. Same as Fogarty. At least they stick their tackles and, you know, they impact the game more than what he does. He just seems to just skirt around the pack and, you know, even his delivery, like even that open kick that he had, I think the Fogarty hit him on a shoot on the bootlaces. He just doesn't seem to be, yeah, I just don't think, I think his days are numbered. I don't think he's got a year to go on his contract. I think he could be out of contract this year. I think he's done.
I don't think he was that bad today. I take your point, and I think it's valid. I just don't think he was that awful today. My question to you is, what's the balance of play the kid, let him develop in the ones, and, you know, get some continuity and watch him thrive, and then also bring in someone else? And if you want to bring someone else, who would you play instead?
I think if you've got Durden, Fogarty up forward, and then you've got Cottrell with his inside 50s was fantastic today. I just thought he was just his vision was great. You know, cutting those balls back to the middle. I reckon he was fantastic. I would persist with Moya. I don't think he got enough opportunity last week. He was, you know, they were bombing it in long to him, and he was up against Moore and a few other talls and Howe, and I just don't think that we gave him, you know, we hung him out to dry a bit last week with our delivery inside 50. I don't think he was. I know he only had one disposal, but I think it was a game where he would sort of, you know, the writing was on the wall for him. He was never going to come in and impact last week. So I think he's got a bit of X factor. We saw it last year when he played. So I would persist with just, you know, especially with Mackay being out next week, you know, Curnow and then Kemp obviously doing Achilles. I think having Moya up there with Charlie and maybe having Cripper playing a bit more forward, and then you've got Cottrell, Durden, Fogarty. I reckon that's a better balance. I wouldn't bring Lewis Young in. That guy just doesn't want any sort of body contact whatsoever. We can't be giving him games, because that's basically when Voss is talking about standards in press conferences, playing players like Lewis Young, that means that your standards are out the window, in my opinion. And I'm being harsh, but that's just the way it is. That's a reality.
Fair. Would you play Pitto and allow Tom to rest forward? while Harry's out?
I'd play Pitto. Yeah, I think Pitto. Yeah, I'd play Pitto. Definitely. Yep. I'd go. I'd double team on Cherry. You'd have to, because I don't think the Conning's been really good this year. But I mean, even if you look at some of the stats on him, ruck wise, he hasn't been fantastic. His follow up work is unbelievable. But apart from today, a lot of his balls just get bombed to nowhere. Today he was really good because he looked ahead. He was giving those handballs off. He wasn't just rushing his kicks. But I'll bring Pitto in because tap work with Pitto's unbelievable. And then you can rest the Conning forward and stretch North Melbourne. He's got to be a better option than Lewis Young.
Yeah. Well, let's see what they do, mate. You'll be there next Friday, I'm sure.
I will be, yeah. I'll be there with Ollie. Oliver was my son that messaged you before because he was trying to get me on. So we've been having a chat in the car, listening to you, and he's like, how do I get you on?
So the trick, if you want to get on,
you'll hear from me again, Tez.
All right. What you should do is, and this for anyone watching, message me before the fan cam starts. I'll send you the link, and that way you've got it. Because once it starts,
awesome,
there's
mate.
live chats going on. It's just hard to manage both. So message me before, and we'll get you on.
And are you Greek, Terry?
I am Greek.
Are you a fellow Greek?
I am.
Καλό Pascha this week, mate.
Yes, Καλό Pascha. Kalinichta, and I'll see you soon.
See you Good Friday, mate. We'll see you Good Friday. Take it easy.
That's good. See you, mate. Alrighty. We're going to finish up. By the way, Jesse Mottler was picked 27, not 29. I think Ashton Moyer was 29. I reckon, I have a sneaky feeling we might be able to watch the press conference. Like, sneaky feeling. How do we do this? Let me just check this out. Because it was a 1:20 game. I don't think Fox Footy are going to air much of it. Yeah, we're doing it. Wait, do you guys want to watch the press conference? Or should we do the giveaway first? I'll let you decide. It's on the Carlton YouTube. Yeah, I've got it up here. Either or. All right, let's do this. What's definitely going to be a positive vibe? I think the giveaway. Presser first? All right. We'll watch the presser first. Let's do this. Actually, no. We're going to do the giveaway first because if I need to delete the presser out of the live stream, it can just be the last thing that we see. All right. So I'm about to give away a really cool prize. Let me just make sure that everyone has been accounted for. Okay, what do we got here? Aaron, yep, got you. You just got one. Huss, I got you. Connor, you had another one as well. Okay. Let me make sure all the names are in. I'm going to share my screen in a moment. And I'm going to give away this signed Chris Judd. What else have we got? Signed Chris Judd piece of memorabilia. All right. Good luck, everyone. All right. Everyone is in. Let's make sure no one else has got in. All right. Entries are closed. It's done. Okay. Okay. The winner of the signed Chris Judd memorabilia is whoa. Bang. Leslie McGowan. Let me see if I can find Leslie. Leslie, are you here by any chance? Leslie. I'm going to call Leslie. Got to make sure that Leslie can accept the prize.
Hello.
Hello, is that Leslie?
It is.
Leslie, it's Terry Degani from Blue Abroad. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Have I got you at a good time?
What do you want to talk about?
I basically just want to let you know that you've won the latest giveaway, the signed Chris Judd memorabilia.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I just want to make sure that you're able and willing to accept it.
Yeah, no worries.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. What do you think of the win today?
Yeah, it was a great win. Fantastic.
Yeah. Lovely. Well, I won't take too much of your time. Congratulations on winning. I'm going to get it posted out to you next week. It'll be very fragile, obviously. So give it some time. And thanks very much for being a member.
Oh, thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate it.
No worries, mate. You have a great one and go Blues.
Yeah, thanks a lot, mate. I really appreciate it.
All right. See ya.
See you, bud.
Loved it. All right. All right. Let's watch the presser. I think we're going to get away with this one.
But you took care of business, and I assume you saw some good signs.
Fucking love it, mate.
It's probably that might say something about it. We needed it. We got it. I'm extremely proud of our club. I'm proud of our people because they haven't wavered. The support's been significant. We've backed in our program. We've backed our environment. Our training fundamentals have been really strong. So there's no accusations there. What we've struggled to do is make sure that we transfer it. And for whatever reason, that hasn't necessarily been at 100% effectiveness. But it was certainly closer to what we expect today.
Obviously a very well-rounded game today, but obviously moving on to the next one could be the next win. What is it that you think you'll be focusing on for next week's game against North Melbourne? Like looking at it on face value today, that you sort of like, I'd like to see a little bit more from that from the boys.
Not that I don't want to answer that question.
Who is that? Like, how do these people get their accreditation? Like, what kind of a question is that?
But I'm definitely not going to answer that one right now. So I'm just going to sit with this for a little bit.
Oh, I wish you had told him to just shut the fuck up. Sometimes I just wish he could do that.
Pull apart the game and just see where we get better. I think this is the process we're in. Is that exactly what we do every single week? You know, you ask me those questions when we lose, and you know, I feed back to you. It's we rock up Monday and we find out what we did well and what we didn't. We won today. We've had a really convincing win against a team that's developing. And we'll look at it exactly the same way. What happened in the game? What do we take out of it? What do we need to get better at? And then we put it into the...
He basically asked, what do you need to focus on face value for North Melbourne next week? Like, this would have been 35, 40 minutes, maybe less after the game. Like, just a really surface level question.
The next game we play. And I think that's the environment we're trying to make sure that we create, is the consistency, the stability of the environment, but also high in challenge when we need to. And we'll keep supporting that environment where we possibly can.
Obviously, do you find it easy or difficult to navigate, I guess, the external noise that had been around before today, I guess, with yourself and the club?
I think when you're locked in on, and you've got a really huge belief of the program that we've got and the people that are in it, I reckon it's easy to keep your eyes in. And that's what we've tried to do right throughout, and we'll continue to do. We've done it previously in the last month. I can't sit here and say it doesn't have a factor. I mean, I don't know what scale though, other than to say that we've obviously been able to keep our eyes in and keep working away and find where we need our progressions and advancements in our team, have humility in the way we look at the game and understand we don't have it all right, and that's okay. But then dive into just being, well, how do we get our team going, and how do we just be a great teammate, and how do we keep supporting one another, and that's what we've been able to do. So we get the one win. I don't want to make it any bigger than that. We got the one win. We needed it, and then we lock our eyes back in when we turn up on Sunday or whatever, Monday, whatever day we actually come back getting ready for North Melbourne.
Is it tougher to review and assess a game like this against a team like the Eagles, given where they are? As you say, some of the numbers are really extraordinary. Does that make it sort of a difficult game to assess from your point of view?
No, not really, because the reality is I don't think it's not my job to be able to determine where any team's at. So it's not my job to determine where they're top of the ladder, whether they're bottom of the ladder, or what stage of progression they are in their development. Our job is to go out and execute. And we've got to do that under the conditions, we've got to do that with the ground, we've got to do that with the team playing against. So the best way that we can make sure that we do the right thing is turn up the right way, with the right intensity, with making sure our roles are executed right, with the discipline and the habits.
Oh, that's the end of it. That's all I got. Interesting. All right. Is what it is. I thought that was solid. I thought that was the exact feeling of what I think we felt on the fan cams. Like, yep, solid win. Problem's not fixed. Not getting too carried away with it. Away we go. Friday. So that's that. Okay. Like I said, good to not be melting down after a performance. Still a lot to work on. Still so much to work on. But if you've got so much to work on and you've won a game by 71 points, then I'd rather be in that position than, scraping through with an 11-point win. So I don't think any win today would have fixed the problem, and that's okay. But it was good to get some players back in form and playing with some confidence. So that's that. All right, ladies and gents, I'm going to leave it there. I might duck out and do the review now and just get it out of the way. We'll see how we go. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. I can see 2 new members have signed up. We've got Fiona and Henry. Thank you. Also, Huss signed up for membership. Thank you very much. If you would like to sign up and become a Blue Abroad member, link is at the top of the live chat. You will have free entry into all the giveaways, whether it's tickets, prizes. Today we gave away a signed Chris Judd piece of memorabilia, and you will have access to all those giveaways, depending on when we do them, which pretty regularly, as well as all the other benefits. Leave it there. There's your fan cams, round 5, 2025, and we'll go from there. See you in the review. Go Blues.